Welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and today we are jumping on the Jank tank, our wacky and crazy brews, ridiculous things that should not work and probably won't. And we are playing -1/-1 counters. Nest of Scarabs shenanigans. That is where it's at today. Might be a little old news, but with Amonkhet rotating in the near future, our last chance to go off and make insect tokens with Nest of Scarabs. Some of you, I know, find this stuff very ridiculously fun. Oh my god, I have to keep it. We potentially have a turn 2 Ammit into Nest, and we drew the land. Oh, should I duress away the lightning strike? Ah, go for it. No guts, no glory. There'll be time to duress next turn. So, this is a piece that I think a lot of the -1/-1 counter decks miss. Ammit Eternal. Whenever the opponent casts a spell, put a -1/-1 counter on the Eternal. Whenever it deals damage to a player, remove the counters from it. Afflict 3 also means that whenever somebody blocks this creature, they lose 3 life. That means whenever the opponent plays a spell, Nest of Scarabs gains a counter. Let's go straight for it, shall we? We're not a quick beatdown deck. We're a dirtly little mid-rangey thing, and the opponent seems to be doing their red shenanigans. Alright, do we go straight to the double nest? Let's start with this. Let's have a look at this hand. What is going on? By God! Alrighty then. I guess we better get on the board. Okay! I guess our opponent YOLO'd that keep. Chandra Tribal! There's the combo. We got our insect. Our insect will help kill this Chandra if it minuses. What's sad, though, is both of our Ammits are probably going to eat it to a Chandra Torch of Defiance. Get him. Yes, they're just going to play another. So the question is, do we play the other Ammit? And honestly, I think what I'm supposed to do is nest and let my opponent have a Chandra ticking up here and go super wide, but Goblin Chain Whirler makes that hella scary. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen.
I knew you. Oh, this is gonna hurt.
Yep. Oh, you're coming at me, huh? Interesting. I mean, I'll block that. I can't let you have more cards. So, too many lands off the top coming here. So now, the way I did why I did this way is he has to cast a spell to get the minus, then he has to minus this to target, and I end up with insects, but here we go. Here we go. Yep. So I come out with 2 bugs. They'll probably have to go over there and try to kill the Chandra. Speedway Fanatic, huh? Okay. Killing the Chandra doesn't do anything. I think we'll just go like that. Trade the Kari Zeb for a 1 token thing. We've got to draw something powerful. Without that, it's like, what are we doing here? Well, that's something. Let's see if our opponent wants to trade away their board to protect this Chandra. I doubt they do. And then we get the other Chandra, and we have survived Chandra Tribal.
Stop! Alright, that's it!
That's why we held the Duress to post-combat, so the opponent didn't know they were about to lose the last Chandra. And then we've got 3 1/1s against a pair of 1 toughness dorks. The Bowmat draws cards, which is frustrating, but not the end of the world, as they might say. Let's get you on the battlefield. It has to deal combat damage to a player to go off, or we have to top deck something like a Channeler Initiate. And now we'll hold back the squad. Another land. Did not go for the twofer. Our opponent could have done that, but instead they go right into another Bowmat. Let's send some dorks. Let's start whittling at this life total. Really? I don't think our opponent knows the value of a Bowmat Courier. I'll hold this for the intimidation value. And our opponent flooded out, as did we. Our opponent can't really attack or block with this unless it's on the Hapatra, because the Hapatra just ruins it if it gets through. So it's kind of like I've got some free insect attacks, at least for the time being. And there is, well, that's annoying, but our opponent still has to leave something back. And they're going to leave back the Kenra. That makes sense. They want to bring it back as a 4/4. No attacks. We do not want to trade with the Kenra. That is not how we want to do this. Heart of Kirin off the top. You can give it haste. He or she can give it haste with the Fanatic, but has to tap both, which would let Hapatra get in. So, not a good option. Spider. Right on time. Whenever it deals damage to a creature, you put a -1/-1 counter on the creature, and you gain 1, they lose 1. So that makes attacking a very dangerous proposition, as it basically lets us go off. Let's see if that happens or not. Nope. And there we did it. Okay, where are these counters going? On the Channeler itself, I'm sure. So this will drain. These will pop out Insect City, and this says we get to make a snake. All right. Let the madness commence. Bazinga. But do I even have attacks? Our opponent can like block 1 with the heart. So now we gotta wait till these are off Summoning Sickness a little bit. Oh yeah. The party started, and that's a scoop-worthy moment. Bazinga. Bzzz. We brought the insects. The opponent would see no more. Let's get into the deck list. Where'd you go? There you are. So what are we up to? Well, I look at it this way. I believe that the deck should hold its own against aggro swarmy things if it gets the Nest of Scarabs stuff going, and the Obelisk Spiders are a big part of that, and Scorpion God hanging out here up top can grind that out. So my idea was to make it a mid-range deck with a lot of cards that could interact with control, because the deck is just so bad against control that I needed to at least have a game. So, Llanowar Elves, Channeler Initiate, they want to ramp your mana up so that you can play Nest of Scarabs ahead of time. I believe if you're just tapping out for this on turn 3 while getting beaten down, you're doing it wrong. It's like really hard to come back if you're giving up your 3rd turn. So let's give up our 2nd turn, or let's do something else on that turn, like take a card out of their hand with Duress. That also means we get to play a Scorpion God or a Decimator Beetle ahead of time, have Vraska's Contempt available, but you saw, like, the real clutch is Ammit Eternal combined with the Nest, And I would go up to 4 of these. I just don't really want to spend a wild card on it for a super janky brew. I don't use Ammit Eternal anywhere else. So yeah, this is where he lives. I'd also consider probably another Chandler Initiate, because there's a lot of cards here we're not playing that most of these decks play. We're not playing what was that card? Exemplar of Strength. I think it's just begging to die a sad death and do almost nothing. So that's the kind of card that we're not playing. But there's a lot of -1/-1 counter cards that didn't make it into the deck, so that we can play real God's Honest removal and disruption, and then work with the rest of the deck to do our shenanigans. The challenge I was given by a viewer who subscribed to the Twitch channel, which, if you don't know that, it costs money. So they literally put like $5 a month towards the channel. They asked me to make a Scorpion God deck with -1/-1 counters and Nest of Scarabs that was competitive. I don't know if that's a possibility. I can't keep because we don't have black. But it's not the worst. It did better than I thought it would do. All right, hit me with a land. Gotta find a land. Land up. Land up. All right, cool. You're not a swamp. You gotta have a swamp. Turbo Fog. Interesting. Not sure what's gonna happen here. You're gonna need to lean on all those anti-control cards, but they are right here. Too bad we had to play this first. If we had drawn another land, we could Nest of Scarabs, then Chandler Initiate, and had a little army to at least make my opponent Fog honest. Alright, this will come out tapped, so let's get straight to the Doomfalling, shall we? Nexus or Teferi? Gross. If I take the Bounty... The Bounty's a really useful card, and I can't get rid of it. If I don't take the Teferi, my opponent will Supreme Will. Can they Teferi next turn? Yes, they can. What they can do is plus the Teferi, untap 2 lands, one of them with Gift of Paradise, and Supreme Will my Vraska's Contempt. So I can't even get rid of the Teferi. They have a great hand. If we hadn't missed that land drop, we'd be sitting pretty. I guess I have to let them have the Bounty, as Teferi is just so much worse. But this is nasty. I don't have a way to deal with that. They're gonna have Fog and Nexus forever. My life is over. Oh, that's enough of that.
I can no longer
I'm not. I refuse. I refuse. And for the number of people who come in my Discord channel and jump in my YouTube comments just whining night and day about Teferi and Turbo Fog, just concede. Your rank and your pride. Come on. Get over it. Grow up. If you don't want to play, don't play. It's a game. This isn't Little League. Your parents aren't out there deciding whether or not they love you based on your performance today. It's okay. All right. More tap lands, again, but a much better hand. Let's give it a shot. So if we're going to play a tap land, which one is best to play? I guess the one that makes multiple black. So for my next trick, let's see what the opponent does. Blue and green could be more Fog. And it is. Well, the Fog is alive today. Let's get out Let's get out Hapatra, I guess. I need something to put counters on, which is a little... Oh, we've even got a slow person who doesn't know how to use auto tap. Turn on auto tap. If you don't, you're a horrible person. Just get over your MTGO issues. Put on auto tap. Save everyone some time in their life, please. There we go. Make dorks. Opponent's licking their chops. They're just like, this is gonna be easy. They might be right. This is pathetic, though. Come on, how slow can we tap, right? That's what we do here. Alright, I guess we have to hold up a Vraska's Contempt now. I guess we don't have to. Make our opponent have it. It's tough. But I think I'll play you. And we'll put a counter over here. Make some snakes. Mixes the snakeses. Yeah, I'm leaving. I can't watch this. Too annoying. Too annoying. So, does anybody out there play Honest Magic anymore? Turbo Fog, it's a deck. It's as honest as it gets, but for some reason, not having on auto tap and one by one tapping every little thing nice and slowly is way more tilting to me than what deck my opponent plays. They can play anything they want. If they play fast, we're cool. If they respect everyone's time, we're cool. And if you say they're just learning, learn with auto tap on. Life is better for everybody. And this hand will probably never see a third land, but we'll try. Who knows? Who knows how it will all work out? Yep. Oh, Hapatra. I'm gonna need something to dump these counters on. The Spider will do, if I draw that land. The Nest of Scarabs, though, is better. Well, our opponent found a blocker. How about dem apples? We could remove it. But I think we'll just get the Spider down. Spider or Nest? Spider or Nest? Spider. Let's have board presence, shall we? Ronus in the hizzle. Interesting spot. Let's see what my opponent does if I do this. If they exile the Branch Walker, I get to dump some counters on this Ronus and make a Death Toucher, which is really bad for them. Okay. I mean, it's like not like I devastated the Ronus, but it's actually like this Death Touch Snake is almost certain to trade with something good, like a Vine Mare. It might even block a Ghalta. So that's like big game. Now our opponent has to play another creature. Okay, it's one I can't target. That is obnoxious. Well then. Shall we do this again? Alrighty then. See, if he blocks and kills this, another counter, another Death Toucher. I'll just hold him back. So, Green Mage. What shenanigans is this? You gotta love that our snake is green, not black. Usually these kinds of things are black. The insects are black. Vine Mare would be a problem, but no, we get a little snaky with Death Touch because we got our Hapatra through once, and now the opponent's like, what do I do? My Gigantosaurus is sad. Interesting. Odd choice. So they both die. That opens the door for the Contempt of Vraska. Nice 10-10. Make it go away. Get a little drain, get another snake. Now this says whenever it deals combat damage, so unfortunately, yeah, sad things, but brah! The green deck will see no more. Yes, it's hard to play creatures against my little Nest of Scarabs contraption, as opposed to all the fogs and all the Defarers. And what? Yep. Interesting hand. The Canyon Slough is a bit of a downer, but we haven't seen the Scorpion God yet today. Let's see if you can make an appearance, buddy. With my opponent's open mana, I'm going to get this tap land out of the way instead of just throw out my Llanowar Elf to die. The Gabos. Liking the position of an Obelisk Spider in this one. We're gonna need another black for Vraska's Contempt, and a red or black for the Scorpion God. But the spiders should cause a little commotion. I doubt that they're particularly easy for a red deck to cope with. Shivin' freaking fire, huh? There's another black. Yep, let's start deploying spiders. We have to worry about our life total against red decks. Taking a turn off for a Nest of Scarabs can leave you too far behind. So when you miss your turn 3 Nest of Scarabs, the play pattern often, or turn 2 in the case of Llanowar Elves, but the play pattern often becomes like you play it on turn 5, and hopefully you also have a like Channeler Initiate to go off the same turn. Just sharing. So now we have this weird choice where we could hold Vraska's Contempt because of a Chandra. Chandra coming down and killing the spider would be very sad. Choices. Life's full of tough choices, isn't it? I could also take this turn off for the Nest. I think I will just pass and hold up the Contempt. Plan to Contempt their best thing. There must be more things. If they really just attack me with these goblins and that's it, it's fine. I took a turn off for nothing, but I get some information. I get some information about what's going on in the game. There's a time and place to do nothing. All right. Not really what I wanted to see. More go wide stuff. I also hate using this on a Pianalar because it's legendary. If my opponent has another one of her, then they'll just play it and have another Thopter, whereas it might have been stuck in their hand otherwise. But do what you gotta do. Another nest is not ideal. Let's see if they have another fight with fire. I mean, that is a primo removal. That can also take out a Scorpion God for a turn. Okay. It's like that, you guys. It's like that. I get the red deck with Fight with Fire. That's okay. Let's see what they left behind for the Scorpion God. Animation station. Raw. It's a quick animation there for the Scorpion God. So what else you got? You got more tricks? That's not much of a trick. You may land off the top so I can assemble the combo. I wasn't specific. Give me an untapped land off the top and I could have assembled the combo. All right, well, we'll just hang out. We'll hang out with our Scorpion God. We got time. We got time. A hush falls over the crowd. Yep, your deck versus Scorpion God. Who wins? Go. Ooh la lolly. I have to sacrifice this creature. I mean, I don't have to, but I think it's right since I get it back. It was good enough to brick wall 2 turns ago. So we'll contempt that. I think we would have just ended way too low on life otherwise. Let's bring back the god. Please don't do that again. It's been a game of dubs. It's been a day of dubs. We opened the day fighting 4 Chandras, for God's sake. Our Turbo Fog opponent drew multiple Teferis in a row. Speak of the devil.
You want to go, tough guy?
Oh, do I ever.
Yup, you're going down.
Sticks and stones, Chandra. Okay. The Ammit. The Ammit. The Ammit, you guys. Alright, let's attack that Chandra. Uh-huh. Spider. This gives us a life every time that we use the Scorpion God ability. So, I'm thinking I should just do it now. Might draw land. Want to keep hitting that land drop. Yep, drain. Keep us in the game, Spider. Ooh, would have loved to have the mana for that. It's a very mana-hungry deck. You see why I play the rampy creatures. Chandra can minus and hit that, but then it's not doing damage to my face. We don't have a removal spell at this point. Not a good one. Dragons are scary. Glorybringer would be nasty. What'd I say? Dragons are scary. Doesn't have haste, though. I wonder if he would trade his... Ooh. The part that's weird is I just have to wonder if he would trade the Instigator. If he would trade his... If I killed the Instigator with the Scorpion God, would he trade the Dragon Queen with the Scorpion God to keep Chandra? I could also draw exactly a black, an untapped black source, and have the nuts. It's risky. If he can kill the spider, I'm in big trouble, but he hasn't killed the Scorpion God. I think I'm gonna make a very bold play, and it might be stupid, but I think I should be bold in the situation. What I'm reading from my opponent is a little bit of weakness, a little bit of ineffective hand shenanigans. So I'm going to go for something bold, but I don't know what's coming. Our opponent's going to shiv and fire their own goblin. Okay. Our opponent's going to let the Chandra die. And now we're going to Duress.
Now you've done it.
And hope that we knock out a removal spell. And it's the other Chandra. We did. Okay. But they get another dragon. Oh, Christ. Oh, God. So we're not dead. We're very far from alive. They have another dragon. They didn't play the dragon. Ah, they have 5 mana. That's right. They needed to make mana with the Chandra last turn. Now we got to get the... Now we get a chance to get the Dragon Queen off the board. This is not over. All right, we give him a little stinger there from the spider. We draw another one. Okay. We're going to go to 3. We're going to leave back our Scorpion God to block the Pyromancer, but we're going to do this right now. There's no point in waiting. Our opponent's going to... If they draw a land, they get Shivan Dragon. One might have said I should just attack with Scorpion God, try to end the game. I see what you're saying. I'm too nervous about Lightning Strike or some other shenanigans. All right, we got 7. Let's deploy you. Every life point might count. All attack. Hanging in there. Opponent's slow clicking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Everything's in 3s, so we need 9. So I should probably just play the Slough tapped and deploy what? Nest and Ammit? I'm sure Nest and Ammit. Attack first, see what happens. I'm also thinking, should I hold this for a haste creature? But I mean, like a Glorybringer. Kill it anyway. And there's no way for me to lethal. Scorpion God, the Scarab God, you are not. But thank you for being here for me today. This high pressure Battle with the Dragon Lords. We could also cycle our Canyon Slough. I suppose that might be better at this stage. Now if they play a spell, they get drained because of the counter on the Eternal, the Obelisk Spider goes off, and I get an Insect. So it all came together. It's all about finding the time and the mana to put it together. Yeah, it can be Shivan Dragon time. Burning Sun's Avatar. The creatures are so big. Holy smokes. They drew another 6-drop when all they needed was a land or some other interaction. Brutal. Just brutal. Okay. We'll go a little nutty. Make some insects. Call it a game. Whoa! Alrighty. So, -1/-1 counters. The Scorpion God. The Nest of Scarabs. Hey, good for getting some gold on some quests. Good for playing against some good, honest creature decks. But leave those Turbo Fog players over there playing solitaire. They deserve no games. At least with this deck, it's not really worth it. Alright, thank you so much for watching this video. I will be back tomorrow. We'll be jumping into Spike's Corner, and I'll be doing another rotation station, looking at the spikiest decks in the meta and how they will be affected by the upcoming rotation. That will be coming out either tomorrow after Spike's Corner or on Friday. Stay tuned to the channel, join the Discord if you want to know that. Hit the like button if you liked it, comments it with whatever you got to say. I'll see you next time.